Welcome to On Roads Less Travelled, where we take you on a drive along the iconic Blue Rag Ridge track in the Victorian High Country. The Blue Rag Ridge track is classified as difficult by HEMA due to its steep ascents and descents, almost feeling vertical in places, particularly just before you reach the trig point. It is a dead-end track that is 16 kilometres long, ending at the Woongarra River. Up she goes. Wow. The weather can be quite unpredictable, with unexpected low misty cloud drifting in, obscuring your view, and there can be unseasonal snowfall as well. That's great. Oh no. Steepest road we've ever been on, isn't it? The track is closed from a Thursday after King's birthday weekend until the Thursday before Melbourne Cup weekend. It just keeps getting higher and higher, doesn't it? Was there the only one vehicle?
Yeah, it's the only one I saw.
Most people do the turnaround at the Blue Rag Trig Point, where there is a large flat area and 360-degree panoramic views of Mount Hotham, Mount Buffalo and the huge face of Mount Feathertop. It's almost vertical. Oh, there it is. It is quite an exciting and challenging track to drive. There are sharp, steep drop-offs either side and the track is quite narrow in places. Oh, we're right on the ridge, aren't we? Oh my God. Jeez, just drops away either side, doesn't it? There are wombat holes, loose shale and also rocky steps to navigate. 126 metres in altitude. The trig point. That's where we've come from. Look at that, isn't that spectacular? The elevation of Mount Blue Rag is 726 metres at the trig point. The views across the mountain tops along this track are absolutely breathtaking, as are the 360-degree panoramic views from the trig point. Definitely a bucket list item and not to be missed. And there we are up the top. Like a used car yard up here. Look at all these vehicles that followed us up. The track does continue down the far side of the trig point. We haven't driven down it to the river as we'd been told that it was impassable. However, since then, we've read and been told that it is open. We were also told that it has some very tricky sections. There is a campsite at the river, but it's quite small and tight. Hopefully, we'll get to check it out on our next trip. Apparently it is possible to cross the river, but I've read that it can be quite deep, especially after rain, so a snorkel and winch are advisable. Not sure what, if anything, is on the other side. The roads that meander through the Victorian High Country were created because of timber, gold or snow. The road to Dargo was formed to provide easier access for gold prospectors on their ways to the Talbotville, Grant and Crooked River gold seams around 1863. Little gold was found, and by the 1880s the gold rush was finished. Some miners took up land around Dargo, farming sheep on the high plains, along with walnut farms. By 1886, the bridge was the only hotel left in Dargo. It burnt down in 1898 and was rebuilt in the same location. It's now known as the Dargo Hotel and is quite popular with four-wheel drive enthusiasts and tourists. We're back on the Dargo Road and headed for Abbeyard campground on the Buffalo River via Goldie Spur track. Goldie Spur track is at the base of Mount Buffalo. It can be used as a shortcut from one side of Mount Buffalo to the other. Goldie Spur track reaches an elevation of 1,224 metres and provides spectacular views of Mount Buffalo's enormous rock faces. Wow! How spectacular is that? There's waterfalls. And there's the valley we've just left. It's a fairly easy track, though it does have some extremely narrow parts with sheer drop-offs on one side and cliff faces on the other, where you definitely don't want to meet an oncoming vehicle. It would be difficult to pass and may require a lengthy reverse. I have read in a few places that it remains stable even in wet weather. This is Mount Buffalo. Turned onto Abbeyard Road and following a little track down towards the Buffalo River in the hopes of finding a camp spot. Not even really. And the fun part is that sometimes we have to reverse out down these little tracks we go down. We'll be coming up to the 18-kilometre marker soon. Still driving down Abbeyard Road. I'll get it eventually. We're headed for Abbeyard campground, which has one campsite riverside and one a little further up. It's great for swimming. And here it is. Well, it's true. Maybe because they're mountain bikers. Heading down to Abbeyard campground. Oh my god, maybe it's fainted. Miracles never cease, sweetheart. Wood and an empty campsite. Listen to the sound of water. I think I might even be having a swim. 28 degrees here. How superb is this? For a camping spot, our own private little river, the Buffalo River.